is Steph and Heather and Mark, and we are here for yet another episode. I'm not quite sure. I think this might be 13. Is this 13? All right, lucky 13. So what are we talking about today? Spectrum of lies. Yes, that's the range of lies. So there's so many different types of lies, right? And we were just talking about it, omission of lies, is my personal least favorite, right? Because it's real fucking sneaky. But anyway, what lies does to one, you, the individual who's the mentiroso, the liar, and then what it does to other people. It robs people of the truth. So that's, kind of where we're going to go.
It's a form of theft. It really is a form of theft.
Yes. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
You're stealing from somebody. They can't make a decision based on it. They were lied to about, so many things maybe, and they just can't make the right decision because they
have wrong information. Well, when you're given wrong information, misinformation, right? And it comes in so many different forms, right?
Yeah.
But some people intentionally lie. That to me has a graver effect, right? Morally. Yeah. And there's, the white lies. Like people are constantly telling white lies. So I'm going to tell you real quick a little something that I started doing recently, and it was a little bit awkward. So I was like, I just do not want to lie, right? I don't want to lie to anyone. I don't want to
at all.
Yeah,
right.
but then you have to, there's this like balance of not being oversharing. Like, so one time, I'm going to tell you, I was at my friend.
Like right now when I said, are my gray roots showing? And everybody in the room said, no.
Well, they weren't showing to me.
That's a white lie.
Okay.
Yes, they were.
Okay. All right. So I'm busted. I did a little white lie.
Busted too.
Yeah. So we got two white liars in the group.
I'm getting my roots done on Tuesday.
Okay.
And Mark takes pictures of us, beforehand, and we go, okay, make sure we look okay on camera.
Yeah.
And I look and I go, what the fuck is this?
Well, she did. She blew it up like 8,000%. Nobody's doing that but you. In my defense.
Oh, here's another one. Nobody's really doing that.
Right. Well, if they are, they're that.
White lies are oftentimes there to preserve your feelings.
Correct.
And so the intention. It's about the intention.
It is about the intention, right? Yeah. But also, like, there's so many levels of lies, right?
Oh, yeah.
I have a friend that gave me this book, and I forget, it's some author named Sam somebody, but it's lying, and it really dissects, the different types of lies, morally, what's has a higher scale of, severity versus, white lies and, lies of omission, right? And I feel like there's just so many different ones we do all day. But to circle back around to
black and blue and all these
I know, right? I was like, wait a minute, I think I got the black, but the blue, I'm lost. I never heard a blue lie.
You got to question the author. Like, how the fuck do you know?
Yeah, right? And who came up with that?
Right,
yeah, you black liar.
Yeah. Well, that's only a blue.
Right.
I only blue lied.
Yeah, I just did that one. No. So what I thought of, maybe this is like 5 months ago, I was like, I just want to stop even the white lies, the convenient lies, right? The social lies.
Yeah.
I just wanted to stop it. So, but I also knew, like,
what made you say, I need to stop even that?
Because I'd read something, maybe it was this book about lies and just how they energetically do have this heavier weight to them because you aren't being authentic. So if you start off the morning lying, it just creates this kind of like muddy water, right? You start with a fresh, clean palate, and then you can start dumping lies and just whatever else, all the gunk of life, right? So I said, all right, I went to get coffee, and I wasn't in the best of moods. I had some heavier things on my mind, and I realized, I was like, oh, here's an opportunity, because she just asked me, how are you doing today? And I thought about it, and I was like, the old Steph would be like, well, actually, I really feel like taking a bridge today. Like giving way too much. Yeah, I'm on empty.
Nobody ever says that. That's the thing. No one wants to say it, and nobody really wants to.
Nobody, exactly. So how do you, I knew I shouldn't verbally dump on this woman, right, at 7:45 in the morning, right? When she's politely asking me, but I can politely answer back in truth. And it isn't, oh my God, I'm doing great, when really my insides are telling a different story,
Let
right?
me ask you, what would happen if you said, I'm doing actually really fucking shit.
Okay, can I tell you? Because I've done that. No,
What
I'm
would
telling
happen?
you what happened. This is back when I didn't realize how to finesse the truth, right? I was just giving them full on. I'm just gonna you asked. Well, I didn't really
you asked
mean it.
me
I
a
didn't
question,
really
I'm
want to
answering you
know.
truthfully, I'm telling the truth.
Right.
I don't want the bad karma.
All right.
I feel like shit.
Exactly. No, this is exactly what. So my friend had an art exhibit, and there was a lovely woman there. So there's a bunch of people that I know in the community, and now I was single mom humping it. Okay, like I was in the trying to work 2 jobs, just started a new business. So like I'm all over the place. So my life is a little chaotic at the
Yes.
time, a lot chaotic, right?
Yeah.
So this woman happens to ask me. We're just looking at one of her pieces, and she's like, oh, isn't this beautiful? I'm like, oh, I love it, it speaks to me, blah blah blah. She's like,
No,
so how are you?
Crap on it.
How are you? And I go, honestly, I said, I'm hanging on by a thread.
You did.
I did. Listen, her eyeballs got so big, and she just stared
Not
at me.
expecting it.
No,
Not expecting
I don't think she did. And then as soon as I caught on, okay, it didn't take long, right? I mean, it was like
the
the
thought
wreckage.
drive.
Yeah,
That
the impact
very
happened.
telling.
Yeah, it was like, and her eyes said it all. And I go, oh, wait a minute, take 2, swear. So I'm really good. How are you? I did. Like,
Did you say take 2?
yes, I
did.
did. I did. It was either take 2 or hang on, rewind. One of the 2. It was one of the 2.
Never mind, rewind. Wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that reaction.
Right. So here we go. Oh my God, I'm great. How are you?
Right.
So
So
that,
Expected.
oh my God. But back then I was trying to be honest, but then there is a finesse in being
Why do
still
we
being
do
truthful.
that? Tell me why we do that. Do we want to preserve their feelings? Do we want to what is it? Why do we go, I'm good. How are you?
Because
why do we
Because
do that?
the illusion of being happy makes the illusion that you're better, that you're doing okay, that like
So you
you
think-
got it together, like
There's
you're not.
actually a thought behind every time we say it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think I wouldn't say
Sometimes I think
absolutely.
it's not. I think it's like,
conditioning.
"Good, how are you?" Ugh.
Well,
Yeah.
we're robotic
Yeah.
in our responses.
On the days that I really do feel like that, like I'm really just struggling today, this week, whatever, I just need my whatever I'm getting. And if somebody goes, hi, how are you? Here you go. Have a good day. I go, okay. Or there are some days I notice, like, yeah, I'm good, but I'm really not. I'm
Right. So
saying
then
it.
why do you do it?
Well, it's either just comes out like
Right.
as a knee jerk, like that's what we say.
But so how do we stop that? That's one of the things, like, to recognize that you're doing it is the only first way to stop it, right?
I always do it.
Yes. Oh, there you go. What?
I always say, good.
No.
I do.
No, I've
I do.
consciously in the last 5 months, but I had to have that moment where I read in this
You
liar
do?
book. Yes. No, but what I do now is this. Okay, so I didn't come at like the art gallery debacle, okay? I'm not coming at it like that
Hanging
anymore.
on by a thread.
I'm hanging on by a thread. Oop.
I'd really like to just put a bullet in my head.
It was like I turned the light on and the roaches
was it.
scattered. Like she was gone. And I just laughed to myself. I was like, well, guess
roaches.
that didn't land well. So, wow. Yeah. Anyway, so I have learned since then. So 15 years later, what I'll say is somebody will say, oh my gosh, how are you? I'm like, it's been a day. Okay, that's not a lie. And the way that I'm inflecting, so I'm being honest, but I'm not verbally vomiting, which is something that I can, and I'm going to be, it happens to me sometimes. I just catch myself.
I like that.
But it's being true. And the less mask and sheets of bullshit that we can layer on ourselves throughout the day, just think of it. Like people ask you all the time, oh my God, how are you? And maybe you're great, but maybe you're not. And maybe you're like, well, things sometimes get you, but, other than that, I'm smiling still, I'm here, whatever. But that's still authentically truthful, but not too heavy to put on someone else. You don't need to unload your, emotional bullshit on the coffee barista.
Let me tell you where the lies start, though. with that whole chain of events.
Okay.
It's not with, oh, I'm good. It's not with that.
Okay.
It's with the question. It's the question that starts the lie. They don't give a shit. They really don't give a shit.
But that's part of their
How are
job. What if
you?
it is part of their job, though?
It's part of their job, but guess what? Well, it's part of my job to this or that.
That's
really
true.
Don't believe it.
Yeah, because if you want to work there, so it's like
I
a
think
forced
the
lie.
bullshit starts with, how you doing today? When they really don't care.
Interesting.
It
I didn't even
starts there,
think about
girl.
it that
I
way.
didn't either
Yes.
until right now.
Wow.
Until right now.
Good God.
And you do sometimes hear, it is what it is.
Right. At least they're being honest.
But
like that,
you know
you can
what?
feel the difference. Here's the thing. You feel the difference in that delivery. And what happens when we lie, even if it is oh my God, I'm great. If that person, you're lying to them. Okay. So then if there's confusion, like I'm empathic, you're empathic, Mark's empathic, right? So when people lie to me, so they'll verbally tell me something and their energy reads something
And you know
different.
it.
And I know it.
Yeah.
It confuses people because you're lying.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say most, I don't know about most people. I can feel the difference. But you don't know it. It's a feeling. So when you go around lying, you're basically, people are on alert to find these lies because they have to sift through the truth of what you're saying.
Right.
And just makes it difficult. So not only are you lying, but you're harming someone else in a watered down way.
And so we can use that kind of like as a metaphor, sort of a symbol of like just a spectrum, like, how are you today? That's the lie. Some people care.
Yeah, some people do care. So it could be the lie. But like if you're if you say it this way.
And you feel it. You feel it like, man, she was
How are you today?
How are you today? Hey, hi, or hi. Also, the extremes can be, I'm so great.
Yes.
My daughter is the top this, and my son is the top that, and my husband just got a promotion.
Right, the
and I'm
false
traveling next week.
Yes.
Fuck off. Right?
Right.
Or it's actually not so good. This happened yesterday, and that happened last week. And maybe the person behind the counter that's asking, or wherever they are, it could be anybody in any situation, could be thinking to themselves, yo, I just lost a parent or a child.
Right.
I really don't want to hear about your crap either.
Right.
It's a whole spectrum. And so.
Right. Well, it becomes awkward.
Bunch of lies.
Yes. So we do. We string a bunch of lies together and just kind of, I found it really eye-opening for me, just that one really simple act of when you start, like, and I thought, well, the first person I probably talk to is if I'm going to go get coffee in the morning, right? And I'm going to, so that's my first lie.
Yeah.
Right?
But they told one too.
Right. Possibly. Who knows? They might be that 20% of people that just got hired. They don't fit in that category because they really want to know how you're doing. Now they've been there for 3 months.
Though, who really does?
Maybe. I mean, they might be overzealous about their barista skills. I think so. I don't know. I'm gonna give 25% of the people.
I'm not even going.
Yeah. Well,
go ahead, girl.
Yeah. So, omission of truth. Now that one.
That's a bad one.
Oh, that one that's to me, when you lie, well, you leave out the truth, people. If you don't know what omission of truth is, Heather's going to tell you.
Oh, God. Leave it to me.
Ba-doom.
Let me think of some examples. There are some good ones. This happens in relationships a lot.
Yeah. You just leave out some really paramount information.
Well, it could be anywhere, really. It could be a parental child relationship.
Yeah, so just give us one of like in a whatever kind of relationship.
Okay. Why didn't you answer my call last night?
Oh, but so then what's the omission?
Oh, I was sleeping. I was, I didn't feel good. I had a really bad headache. I wasn't feeling good. They were banging somebody else.
Oh, wow. We went there. I mean, they couldn't have. Yeah. Wow. That's the first one we go to.
They were, I'm
questioning, did that ever happen?
Be an omission of truth. It's just a blatant lie. Like, it's a blatant lie. That's just a blatant,
That is a blatant lie. But like the omission of truth. So where maybe somebody asks you, I know I don't want to go sexual. I keep going let's bounce off of that.
Or we'll just go into my business then. We'll go into like aesthetics business.
Okay.
You're 70 years old, and we know most people, if they haven't been, doing things, with medical aesthetics, any kind of
Okay.
like Botox or facials or anything, or chemical peels, things that are like medical aesthetics.
Okay.
You haven't been doing that. You really shouldn't start over 65 with this kind of stuff. It's more of a surgical thing if you really want to invest. Okay, well, just whatever.
Okay.
You go and you sit in somebody's chair and you're doing a consultation and they say, this is great for you. It's going to be great for you. You're going to have great results.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, you'll do really good, even though they know, no, this is not for them. It's not going to be good for them. They're a little too old, and maybe you even know that they have they're living on a limited budget,
Right.
and they've recently divorced or widowed, and now they need to feel better about themselves.
Right. So
And
you're
then
gonna monetize
you're
that.
going to omit what you know to be the truth, to be helpful to somebody in a vulnerable
Yes.
state,
Yeah.
just because you're trying to make money for the company or, increase your, boost whatever, your productivity or something.
Right. You want to make more money.
That's really bad.
That is.
That's really,
That is a
really
bad one
the
because
intent-
you're
you know what the-
leaving
the
out
intent is
information that this person otherwise would have had if you'd given that information more to base the right decision for them. So you alleviate that option for another person. And that is, again, I don't know where they all rank. I find, lies fascinating. I find the reason why people do them too. I feel like there's almost this, okay, yeah, it's bad, but like there's malicious bad, right? There's when you harm other
bad, where you're
people
actually
bad.
Thinking ahead, like, I'm going to say this, like
Yeah.
Ponzi schemes. type
Yeah,
thing, like,
frame someone else or
frame
whatever.
Somebody, yeah, that's real.
Like, yeah, like I'm gonna save my own skin and I'm gonna, point the finger over here for whatever that might be. But I feel like, again, when you're lying, oh my God, I feel like we start off in the morning with, the first thought is, we've already went over this before, but super, super powerful, super potent. It really does sort of direct your day, right? So let's just say we start off eyes open. Our energy is pretty regulated because we don't have too much of the, thoughts, it's not a highway at 7 a.m. just yet, right? So when we start to lie, even if it is to the coffee barista, even if it is to, your spouse, how are you feeling? Oh, I'm fine. No, you're not. Like you're just, and you start to add up the, you get to the office and, oh, how's your daughter? Even though your daughter, is being cuntish, right? At the, whatever.
But at the same time, you don't want to just fully disclose all of that either. You don't really have to disclose like, well, she's a real bitch and this is what. You could just say it's challenging.
That's it. So
Or,
choosing
what
the
it is.
truth, it doesn't mean you need to give a detailed chapter of what's happening.
You're digging yourself further into this hole. The more, that's why they say, if you lie, you have to keep coming up with all these other things to do.
Yes.
And then guess what? It's bad for them because you are omitting a truth for them to make their decision based on that. So that challenges them. But it's also you. You're lying and yourself knows it. Your higher self knows it.
Yes.
And then you have to, I believe, in karma. So I believe that the universe does have to balance it out. So if you do say like some sort of lie, like, oh, I'm sick today, I can't come into work.
Right. Or you cancel. How about we cancel on a friend for dinner and we're like, oh, I'm sorry, my daughter's sick.
Then they cancel on you.
My
Or
daughter's
your daughter
sick.
gets sick and then you actually, because I feel like that, whatever that energy is that we call universe, God, whatever, the absolute
balance.
I think it has I don't know that it has emotion. I think it thinks truth, only truth. This was a lie, and now I need to make it a truth so that it cancels out the lie.
Right. Well, it's all about balancing, right? Yeah.
Right. So she's got to get sick now to make that a truth. And it's not about, now I'm having to deal with this now. Because no, it's just becoming a truth now.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think that's how it works, I think.
Right. And I think that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I do. I believe in this karmic balancing.
Baggage
Yeah,
cycle,
all of
right.
that. I
I
do.
do
And I
too.
think, sometimes I will think about something and I might still choose to do it. I might still choose to lie. But
I
what
know.
happens with the lies is there's shame in that one. you got to keep up. And I got too much ADHD to try and keep those in their lanes.
I'm going to call you out and myself out, if you don't mind.
Oh, we'll go for it. Let's do it. I don't mind. That wasn't a lie. That was the truth. Go for it.
I'm actually going to call you out on a lie.
Okay.
And me on a lie.
All right. Well, call yourself out first. Let's please.
Okay,
I need you to start.
I told a lie recently.
To me?
Okay. No.
Okay.
No.
Are you sure? Let me look in my eyes.
No, I'm kidding. I told one recently to someone that matters, but I almost instantly corrected it.
Okay.
The reason I told it was because I was afraid right away of this immediate consequence. Oh, I didn't want to deal with this consequence.
Right.
It was going to hurt me too much.
Right.
So I went,
But.
And then I was pressed again and I said, yes, it is that. And I ended up dealing with that consequence anyway.
Right. It was coming for you.
The thing is, I wouldn't have been able to prolong it, but that's ultimately what we do.
Right. It's coming for you.
Lesson, like for people like us that know what it is, you are going to deal with it. You're going to deal with that consequence.
Deal with it on your own terms, right?
The sooner you correct it.
Yes.
Like if you correct it right away and go, no, that's not right. I lied. I'm sorry.
Right.
Then the consequence, I think, is less.
Because you've owned it, and you've owned it, and I do. That's something I do a lot.
That's where you
I do.
showed me a text chain not too long ago.
Oh boy,
where you said blah blah blah, and then you went, "I'm sorry, that's not correct." Really, this. I was just emotional at the moment. But the point is, it was within minutes.
Yes.
Whereas most people, I don't know about most people, a lot of people, me, the old Heather would be like, okay, wait, maybe I got away with it, and then and I wasn't like, I would be like, okay, now I got to fix it. So don't.
Right, but it takes up your mind. Like I can't even the exhaustion that lies create, whether you're consciously aware of it or subconsciously. Like a lot of people that are just liars, they don't sleep well. Because
what about addicts? What about people that do drugs and alcohol and stuff? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of shame, involved in that. But
shame is a form of lie too, because you're like, no, I'm good.
Right. Well, that emotion fuels the lies. But so just like the impact of lies. So when I started this was like 5 months ago, I got this book from a friend. And I think I've read like 3/4 of it by now. And then I put it somewhere and probably never going to go back to it. But I mean, I highlighted literally half the fucking book because it was each sentence was more profound than the next, or it had, those nuggets of gold. So I'll have Mark throw that title up because it's a small read. It's a great read, but it was just wildly impactful.
Okay.
But anyway, where was I? Which lie are we on now?
You were talking about the book. I think you were gonna about the friend.
I don't remember.
Oh boy.
Oh dear God. Well, there goes that ADHD. That's another episode.
Let me tell you what it is. I'll tell you what it is. There's so much to say about this topic.
Right.
And
thanks for the saving.
But no, most of the things we talk about. There's like you go, I can't. I gotta say it, and I gotta say it, and then and there's people out there that are probably like, well, but this too, and that's why we forget because there's just so much.
There is so much, but so the lying and the impact and the angst that it causes throughout the body. I mean, think about it. Like, I sleep most of the time pretty well, unless there's like something in my life that's bigger, right? That might be on my brain, but I make a very conscious effort to not lie to people. Now, that does not always work out. I will tell you, I have some relationships where, if the person's a little more sensitive, soft, maybe fragile in, they're just insecure, really, right? So if they ask me a question and I'm honest, I think I used to be a lot more brutal about it, and just cut and dry, right? Without really thinking the emotions.
Fat ass.
Yeah, well, maybe not that. Good God. That's just straight up rude. Yeah.
You fat whore.
Yeah, no, that doesn't look good on you. You're right. I might have said that. Yeah. Like, well, no, you're right. That doesn't look good on you.
Color those goddamn.
Yes. They are shining through.
I don't see it.
But I would, have these moments of, how do I tell them how do I change my delivery so that it's still truthful, but it's still compassionate?
Yeah.
And I think there's a way that a lot of lies can be sort of tapered back, right? If we just kind of look at them for what they are. Okay, I don't want to harm this person. Instead of just our knee-jerk reaction is, oh, no, that looks great. Okay, when your voice goes up high like that, you're lying.
Not good.
You're lying. I don't know. I mean, some body expert might tell me but I feel like, oh my God, yeah, that looks great. When your voice looks like somebody's squeezing your balls, no. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
Squeezing your balls,
Yeah,
took a
someone's
hammer
got
to
your
your nuts.
testicles or you're lying. Which is it?
Well, you just suck some helium. How about your child? How about your own kid saying, how does my hair look? How does my lipstick look? What about my makeup?
Oh, see, again, there has got to be
Now
a
that's
finesse,
challenging.
especially if they're hormonal. They're a girl. Oh my God, is this happening in the Heather household?
1 bazillion%. Mom, do I look fat in this? And meanwhile, she looks adorable.
Right.
Adorable. But I want to go,
So what do you
you
say?
don't look fat, but that lipstick, you look like you
That's not what she asked you.
look like you just drew blood from you're in a
You're a
vampire.
vampiress. Listen,
But
that's not
I
what
hate
she asked you.
I know, but
So
I
what do
would
you
go,
say? See, but even that because we hold back. We hold back
Yeah, but
what we really
you
want to
didn't
say.
straighten the back of your hair, so now you got this big pink back here.
Oh, see.
And you're ready to walk out the door. Everything looks great, but you missed this spot and it looks stupid and there's a whole you can't say.
No. So what do you say? What do you say when she
You
says that?
answer the question. The actual question.
Yes.
Do I look fat in this? No.
Period.
And
then you walk away. Yes. Right.
Would you tell me?
Yes. Period.
No, you wouldn't. Yes,
Yes.
I would. But you really want to say,
But thank
now
God you don't. Thank God you
look
don't.
like, like Heath Ledger from the Joker where your lipstick's like everywhere.
No, but she didn't ask you that.
Didn't ask me that.
No, so you keep those lips sealed. Only the truth, though.
Omission of truth.
Yeah, I guess.
That's
Well,
not the
she
truth.
didn't ask you.
If you start going around like liar, liar, like Jim
Yeah,
Carrey in the movie
I
Liar, Liar,
know.
you're a
Yeah.
fat ass, you're a dick, and
Yeah.
sit down, you stupid whore.
Right.
Whatever
Maybe you
said in
just-
that
maybe
movie
you
is
just-
liar, liar.
You just bring it up and you say
it.
yes.
That's the thing we say in my friend group. Like, can't I just be liar, liar? for the
Oh,
day?
yes.
He had 24 hours to be able to just tell everybody.
Tell everybody. Yes.
I mean, then
that
you have
could
an
create
entire,
a lot of like
an
hate. You got
animosity,
you got a hate fan group growing real fast. Like they are behind you.
Yeah.
Yes, with the torches. So anyway, all right. So hang on, keep talking.
Oh, well,
Checking
I'm
this
just
out.
saying.
I had to
No,
check
I
the time.
got it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where we going.
No.
but-
Where are we?
Okay, so here's what I think.
Hey.
I think just getting people to, one, be aware that a lot of things that come out of our mouths are lies, okay? Some of them are soft lies. Some of them are hard lies. Some of them are black lies. Some of them are white lies. Ooh.
Can we eliminate all of them?
I-
Possible without, creating all these
No,
emotional
that's
people around.
no. So
do it.
yeah, we can do it, but it will
Can.
create a lot of turmoil in our lives. But I do think there's a way of getting the truth out. And maybe that's not having to over-explain. Okay, so
Right,
one that I feel
right.
like when somebody asks me,
I like
"Do
that.
you want to go out tonight, or can you go out tonight?" Oh, well, I would love to. And no, at first I wouldn't. Okay, I mean,
I'm
here's
fine
my,
with
maybe this is just a generic spot. Oh, I would love to, but I don't know. I'm just gonna make something up. But I've got other plans. When the plans were, well, I do have other plans, but it's just for me to be sitting in my PJs watching, a Netflix or something.
So technically it's true, but the intent behind
Yeah,
it
but
was,
but
I
it's
gotta
not
deceive a little
true.
bit.
It's not. And
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you're a mission of truth, right? And I would love to. Actually,
You wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
You just
so
want them to think that.
so those are heavy, even though they're not like they're not
heavy on
like
you. Because they believe it. maybe.
absolutely.
But it's on you because you know differently. So,
But you're
you have
also
another
lying
thought.
to them again. So
You're lying.
So yeah, it's on you, but you're also misinforming yet
You are.
another person who maybe they need to hear it for whatever reason, or you're wasting their time,
So
or
what is the appropriate response then. Steph, do you want to go out tonight?
You know, I can't. I appreciate you asking.
Why not?
Well, then now if they do a why not, then you can absolutely
Sometimes
tell
you're
them.
gonna get it. So
Yeah.
tell me why.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not feeling it. If you ask me that direct
What's wrong with
question.
me? Is there something
No,
wrong with
okay,
you?
so I will tell you, there was one time, this
And
true
it can go
story.
on and on.
Oh gosh, yeah. No,
That's where you get stuck.
true story. So this was back when I just said how I felt, right? Pretty black and white. So there was this woman that lived in my neighborhood, and she, for some reason, wanted to hang out with me. But I liked her, but like she was like a person you'd go to a party and you'd say, you know, maybe have a 20-minute conversation, and that's great. Like her enough there, but not really want to carry her, you know, to lunch or any of that kind of stuff. Don't want to carry that friendship on to anything more than that. Well, I guess she'd asked me a couple times and I'd said, oh my gosh, no, so sorry, busy, you know, probably some
Do
lies.
you do that to me? Like, do you
No, I don't. I tell you, I'm like, listen, I want to go home now. And I said, I just want to go in my PJs. You know, it's not you. No, not at all.
Oh my God.
No. So here she goes.
Kidding.
Here she goes, calling me up. Okay, so now people have told me, Steph, this person wants to know why. And so they make it like this weird, you know, gossipy thing.
Oh.
And so I said, oh my God, this is ridiculous. So the girl calls me out on it, calls me on the old home line that we used to have.
Like the dial tone.
Yes. Yeah. She rang me up and asked me, did I do something wrong? And I was like, well, no, but now that you're calling me out, I'm going to be honest with you.
Wow.
I said, I like you, but I don't like you enough to go have lunch with. I don't like you enough to go shopping with.
You said it.
I did, because you know what? And I know that's probably
I've never done that.
It was like, but I had been nothing but cordial. And if you're going to press, sometimes you need to know the real answer. So maybe that taught her, hey, you may not normally get the truth from somebody.
Oh, boy.
It gave her an opportunity to possibly experience what that brutal truthfulness is. And it gave me an experience to be like, okay, I gave you a couple nice warning shots. Now you're really coming at me. I'm going to just, not going to be mean, but I'm going to just blanket tell you why. And I feel like people need to be truthful. We just need to be truthful. There's not enough of it. That's why there's so many very, people with thin skin walking around, because we're all lying. Just to what degree?
Or sometimes you become that person that you have placated, or you've just completely appeased so many people around you for so long with white lies that now all you do is walk around explaining yourself. What are you doing that for? Well, why are you going there? I thought you were doing this. Well, you said you were doing that. Well, why aren't you doing this? And why are you? And you literally become so exhausted. I know a few people.
Right. Or you have to like preface everything, right? They have to preface everything, which sometimes I do that.
Or there's just such a level of, if I don't explain every move, every decision,
but you don't have to.
But they feel like because they've put themselves in.
They've created how they're like
set a precedent, and now it's like my friends, people in my life know not to question me too much. If I say I'm tired, I don't feel good, my back hurts, whatever, they know. There are other people in my life that I know that are literally exhausted on a daily. My mom's she does that on a daily basis. Well, what do you mean you slept? You don't want to go? Can't you get up early? Well, I can, but I and then they make up these lies because maybe they just didn't want to.
Right. So that's the thing, is that once we learn how to keep telling the truth, it becomes way easier.
Doesn't it?
It does. And there's not that angst, because there is an angst even when we just don't know to what degree. But it shows up in our body because our body knows it is not truth.
Yeah.
And when it's not truthful, the vibration is different. That's why when people sit in front of us, people that are empathic, they call us, right? Sentience. If you're sitting here, sympathy, empathy, you just have a higher sensitivity for that. It's a total disservice, and it's quite frankly a mind fuck. And you're like, wait a minute, you're telling me this, but your energy is showing up. It's not it's not registering correctly. And that's just, it's confusing.
So in the, scientific, physical world, medical world, we call that psychosomatic.
Yes.
Where, you are creating these symptoms physically from stuff that's going on within you, your mind or whatever. That can happen too with this type of behavior.
Yes.
And you'll just be exhausted, laying around. You'll get sick. Maybe you have pain. I have chronic back pain from whatever, like usually on the right side, it's soft tissue. And I always attribute it to like my posture from the way that I work and everything. But I do sometimes think, maybe there's an imbalance.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's some sort of other type of imbalance within me, not directly related to like I've been lying, but just maybe to myself. Maybe I'm accepting something I shouldn't. Maybe I'm doing
right. Maybe that's your weak
I lie to
spot.
myself.
Yeah, maybe that's your weak spot because we all have them. Some people it's their shoulders. For you, it's that area back there.
And do we lie to ourselves?
Oh God, we lie to ourselves all the day. But like just to be aware of it, like catch yourself.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm great. Actually, you're lying. A lot of times. Sometimes you can be absolutely wonderful, right?
Yeah.
But it's just showing up and even to your own kids, you don't have to disclose things to everybody, right? But just however you can honestly answer. Sometimes you don't need to give too much information. Sometimes it's a yes or it's a no.
If you're asked a very deep, personal,
You don't have to answer.
intrusive question, why can't we just go, you know what? That's an inappropriate question.
Well, why can't you? You say, you know what? I'm not comfortable answering that.
I'm not
or whatever it might be. But at least that's honest.
But saying that to someone that's been in your life for a long time who's used to you saying, well, all of these things, how do you convert? What's the segue into switching into that? Let's tell people out there who go, oh my God, that's me. How do I change? Right. How do you do that?
It's just through repetition. And it's, I think, through, again, truthfulness with compassion and kindness, not shittiness, not, I'm better than you, so I'm going to, call you out on this because I'm holier than thou, right? It is with compassion and kindness. And I think we can end on that.
Yeah.
So hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And we would love for you to hit the subscribe button. We're on whatever those 4 platforms are.
All the ones.
The YouTube, the Spotify, and what else? Apple,
all of it.
And Amazon Prime. Yeah, you can catch us on all 4 of those.
Wow.
So have a wonderful day, and thanks for joining us.